Amanda, a big beard pops out, your belly pops out, and you just start fucking showering them with money left and right. But that's the world they live in. Every day is Christmas. It's verbalized by them. You come home from work, you're fucking exhausted. You're tired. I've had one of those days. I have fucking had it, right? I want a stogie, I want a scotch, I want to relax, right? I used to have that all the time, but I was married. I'd come home, I'd be like, I just need a fucking break. She'd come over like it was Christmas morning. Oh, you're home. I'm so glad you're home. Why don't you help out around the house? Right? Like you have time for that. Like you want to do that. Like you've got energy to start being the domestic bitch. And then they go, well, I just want a little help. Like you don't do enough. Like you haven't done enough. But every day on their part, there's an expectation that you're going to give more. You're going to give more time. You're going to give more money. You're going to give more fucking thought to them. How much thought can you give to them? Right? And still focus on your goddamn job. Right? You're expected to focus on them. And for what? Right? Let's just stop and go, for what? What do I get in return for that? If I were to actually take the goddamn time to do that, to focus on them all the time, answer their emails, their texts, their phone calls, right? I used to play that game, try and do that shit, right? Try and be there for them, take them to lunch whenever they want, right? You're Santa Claus. Only Santa can do that. And the Easter Bunny, maybe. But Santa, right? Santa gives out the good gifts. And you see it on TV, for fucking Pete's sake, right? It's coming at us, men, from all directions. And it's infiltrating, it's permeating, it's impregnating their childlike minds. Every year, Mercedes-Benz. Every year, Lexus. Those two companies, I will never buy a Mercedes. I almost did, but I'll never buy a Mercedes or a Lexus because every year they have some fat, jolly, white-haired bastard wearing a pair of fucking red pants with some suspenders and a big fat-ass belly, wrapping up a freaking luxury car and putting a bow on it and setting it down in front of some guy's fucking house so his wife can feel loved. That's the attitude every day that I get. It's the sense I get from women every day. You're expected to be Santa Claus. Right? They want Santa Claus, right, when he tears his shirt off to have, a big muscular chest and, all shaved and oiled up, right? And they want a 3-foot cock, and they want it all. And then they want you to go back to being a meek house pussy and give them everything they want until it's time to go out. And then they want you to be a macho fucking stud, unless it's a girls' night so that they can go dabble around and see if they can find another macho stud better than you. And then they want to come home and have Santa Claus making fucking cookies and milk for them. It is off the hook stupid. But women start as just little girls. Little teeny girls. Learning to manipulate daddy and mommy, crying. They get caught with their hand in the cookie jar. And they cry and claim that they'll never do it again, but they'll be back. And then one day, maybe it's age 10. Maybe it's age 12. Maybe it's age 8. Most girls discover Santa Claus doesn't live at the North Pole. Santa Claus is who their mommy married. And like their mommy, they too want to marry Santa Claus. They imagine that when they get their Santa Claus, they'll get everything in the world they ever wished. Because Santa, right, the one at the North Pole, he only comes around on the 25th of December. But mommy's daddy, right, baby girl's daddy, he's there 365 days a year. He is the endless fountain of piggy bank that she can shake down for every whim and want. Daddy, daddy, daddy. And so maybe that stunts their fucking growth. When they learn that Santa Claus isn't a real person, they get stunted. Ugh, they're 10, they're 12, they're done. They never mature past that with regard to expectations and realism from a man. Right? And then after that, it's indoctrination and marketing and advertising that kills them. Right? It kills us. It kills their maturation. How the hell are they supposed to grow up when they're being bombarded with this notion that Santa's, right, 24/7, he's always looking out. Santa with the crystal ball at the North Pole is looking down on all the little girls and realizing year-round how wonderful they are and how much they deserve everything they've ever dreamed of. But the fucking crime is you as the man have to pay. You're the one that actually has to pay for that fucking pony, for that Barbie doll, right? That Lexus in the driveway with a gigantic bow on it. Santa didn't give that to her in the commercial. Her fucking husband did, right? But they think in their head. It's like they commingle reality with their fantasy, and they can't fucking separate and distinguish between the two because they have childlike minds. And a childlike mind is an immature mind. It's incapable. Oh, man. Do I want to fucking go there? Yeah, let's go there. You know, women want to make the decisions. Right? They want to do things, right? Making the decision. If you ever go shooting, here in America we do lots of guns and stuff, right? Kids, you take kids, you want them to learn about shotguns and shoot and skeet and hunting and all that. The first time they pull that trigger, bam, right? And they get a big kick in the shoulder, a lot of noise and smoke and shit. They didn't hit anything, right? They were shooting for shit. They wouldn't get a whiff. But it sure was fun because they pulled the trigger and made the decision. Did the kid make the gun? Did the kid buy the gun? Did the kid buy the ammo? Does the kid understand how the ammunition works? The primer, the powder, the wadding, the shot. Does the kid understand the difference between a full choke and a fucking modified choke? No, kid doesn't understand any of that. All they know is they pulled the trigger, they got a big bang, and it was entertaining as hell. Women in life want to pull the trigger. They want to make the decision. This video's a twofer, I guess. They want to make the fucking decision, right? I just wanted to live on my own, right? They want to go out and pretend like they're in charge of themselves, when in fact very few women can actually take care of themselves. But they all think they can. Because what do? Metaphorically, right? Analogously, they're holding the power, the gun. They're holding it. And they're told, go ahead and pull the trigger. And they pull the trigger and bam, right? All this power goes off and there's a smoke and it's a big deal and a lot of noise. But they have no idea what it takes to make all of that happen. All of the money spent ahead of time, the preparation, the cleaning, the care, the maintenance, as well as the consequences of sending that type of power downrange. All women want is the bang. And there's a lot of fucking jokes there too. That's all they care about. I just wanted to feel like I was important in making a decision. Right? The man understands. You don't fucking point the gun that way. You point it the safe way. Right? You hold it this way. The guy has to teach all of this shit to the woman. She just wants to pull the fucking trigger. Right? This childlike mind doesn't understand and can't grasp all of the consequences of those decisions, that trigger pulling. Doesn't understand what it took to build everything to get to the point where that trigger could be pulled. Childlike minds. Right? It's cute to see the wonder and amazement on their faces. Right? But But see, they don't have childlike responsibilities or childlike power. All that cuteness goes away when she decides she's going to destroy your life. That's when the fucking cute just fucking goes away. All of a sudden, that childlike mentality, that irresponsibility, you have to pay for. So as Mgtow, you need to understand that she can turn on you in a fucking instant. And all of that power and that childlike brain can be turned on you with real world force and deadliness. The mind that tries to marry Santa Claus is the very same mind that can turn around and point that power at you. And without understanding what led up to it and what the consequences are, she's going to pull the trigger. They want what they want when they want it. They're like fucking Veruca Salts from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right? She wants an Oompa Loompa and she wants it now. You're fucking done when you deal with that kind of mentality. And that is the mentality that I see women demonstrating day in, day out, time after time. Time after time. So you guys as men, what do we need to know? We need to accept reality. Stop making excuses for them and go your own way. Otherwise, pull up them fucking satin red pants. Pull them suspenders up tight and get ready to pay out the ass the way Santa Claus would. Only you don't have an unlimited bank account. You guys be cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sponsoring me. PayPal and Patreon. You guys rock, kick ass. Give this video and all videos a thumbs up. Mgtow videos, man, we're helping men. You wouldn't believe the fucking emails I've gotten, the comments I've gotten. Right? Just this whole notion of Mgtow is helping so many men. And every time you talk to a guy about it, even if 1 in 10 goes home and watches a video on it, it changes their lives. Knowing that they're not alone, that it can be understood, that women aren't a fucking mystery, that you can be protected from them. That's what men need to hear, and men are hearing it. So keep doing your job, keep spreading the word, right? The battle's on. It's Santa versus makeup trolls. All right, guys, you be cool. Semper Fi. Mgtow is freedom. I have the penis.